it with roll call.
Okay, Branch,
Yo.
Cleveland, Collins, Francis Creek is online, Silver Creek, Two Creeks,
Yep.
Elmersville,
Yep.
Newton,
Yep.
St. Nazianz, Reedsville is online, Manitowoc, Valders, they're not. Michigan,
Yep.
Two Rivers is online, Kiel, Sheriff's Department I saw, Emergency Management, Rhonda,
Ron is in Stevens Point.
okay, and LTC.
Isn't Francis Creek here too?
We are. Lori just didn't want me to say here.
Oh, so, well, I know Hannah is online. So I put her down there. I'm sorry. So 1, 2, 3,
I guess
4,
I can go
5,
too.
6, 8, 9,
And
10.
it's more important.
We do not have a quorum.
Sure we do. 7. All we need is 7.
Oh yeah, I thought you meant 14
That's
that
the
I needed
totals.
total.
Half is
Mr. President, we have a quorum.
okay. That's a good thing. All righty.
I don't want to do too good of a job.
Secretary's report. They were attached to the agenda up in the front here. If anybody's got any questions, otherwise I'll entertain a motion to accept the minutes as printed.
Do we correct spelling errors or not?
I didn't do them, so I don't care what you do.
What spelling error are we looking at?
It says Valdez or something about paid.
Where?
It is
What page are you on?
treasurer's report, the third word from the top row, third word from the right. Dues are all
paid. Yeah, okay. All right, I'll get Deb to change
That doesn't-
pain to paid.
I mean, I just,
I don't even see that.
I actually got
Yeah, it's right there.
Oh, in that page.
Yep.
Oh,
Anything else? Otherwise, I'll entertain the motion.
Francis Crick will make a motion.
Second, anybody?
who's
Mr.
that?
Cott,
Mr. Cott.
all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, carried. Treasurer's report.
As of today, our checking account has $2,935.17, and our savings is holding at $6,014.36. For a grand total of, I didn't do that, hold on. I apologize. For a grand total of $8,949.53.
Any corrections or questions? Otherwise, motion's in order.
Branch motion.
Resold second.
Everybody signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. All right. Old business, Joint Dispatch Center. Rhonda is actually in Stevens Point for a conference, but she did give me a note, and here it is. I'll read the note that she sent to me. I'd love to get much participation as we can to make a successful, and she's talking about the full-scale exercise. If this drill goes well, I'd like to build it to host a full-scale exercise in 2026. This year is the full-scale reception center exercise evaluated by the FEMA. Having a second full-scale in the same year will be tough. I'd also like to have a kickoff meeting prior to the tabletop to put together an agenda so we are all on the same page. So that's about the full-scale exercise. It's going to be a tabletop on January 15th, and that will be down at the
EOC?
Yep, EOC. So there'll be more information coming out on that. And as long as with Joint Dispatch, the JDC updates. We are fully staffed minus one, which would be a part-time position. 2 are on maternity leave now, and the 2 in training are expected to be completed in November and December. We don't anticipate posting the part-time position until January. So that is JDC. Manitowoc County Sheriff's Department, we got anything from you?
No, nothing from us this week.
Okay. Protocols. Unfortunately, I have no medical directors on or anything, and I did not get any notes for them. I know that Dr. Sarah is still working on getting the protocols updated, that we can all sign them and have them posted. So that'll be coming in the future. Next thing is the RTF training. There was 3 trainings, and if anybody was attended any of that, go ahead and tell us how it went, or improvements that need to be made, or whatever.
Mike Keppel and I were at, I think,
Oh, true.
well, we were at Thomas Rivers, and it was from where we were at New Hope Church to going to the training made everything make a lot more sense. It clarified quite a bit. So
Good. So that's a good thing for that.
We had ours in Branch, we had some people from dispatch there, and I think seeing an aspect for us was a good thing. They really thought that was a good thing for them to do. So we need to get some of the other, not just the EMS that goes trainings.
Okay. Go ahead. Who is online here? Okay. Go ahead, Ryan.
Is this just like a Wisconsin thing? Because I noticed when they had that shooting in Georgia, like cop car was right at the school.
Okay, thank you. Ryan, do you know if this is a Wisconsin thing or is it more statewide?
Or nationwide.
Nationwide, I should say. Nash. Okay. Okay. Sounds great. Great, thank you. Okay,
True.
so
You actually hear the real thing.
we'll go on to radio. I have nothing no updates on any radios unless anybody else heard of anything. I know that the one type of radio is going to be going bye-bye. So,
Which one is that one?
do I have that yet or not? I don't.
2500? Those are pretty old.
Yeah, the older ones. Yes.
When, you know,
I didn't get a date, but
but like in 25?
yeah, I think it's 25. Yes. So if you have that type, gonna have to budget some money for new radios. Okay, Mavis. I know that they were still working on the new eMavis link. It's up on the line, but it's not fully functional yet. But should be, I would say, by the end of the year is what the last I heard. TAC and HERC. I know there's a HERC meeting. So I really don't have any more updates on that. LTC, I thought, right, it was going to be here this time, but he's going to be planning to be here most of the times now.
I have an update for them.
Okay.
It's no longer Lakeshore Technical College, it's just Lakeshore College.
Oh, really? Okay. And
When did that take effect?
About 3 weeks ago.
was there a reasoning behind that?
Saves a lot of money on printing.
Okay.
So fancy.
We are more than a technical college, we are, this is being recorded, so I'm not saying, never mind.
Alrighty. And then, like I mentioned before, Dr. Sarah's still working on the calls. Next one is hopefully he gets something done with this one, the bylaws. There was some interest of changing the bylaws as far as the election procedure. And
I just have the bylaws from the County Firefighters Association. I would like to see our bylaws changed to what the bylaws are for the Firefighter Association, where they are, it's every 2 years, is it? That they are voted on, where it's the vice president is not jumped into the vice president or the president spot. And it's, each of said officers to hold an office for a term of 2 years or until its successor or elected and qualified. The president, secretary, treasurer will be elected on odd number years, and the vice president will be on the even, and the rest of them will be on even years.
President, secretary, and treasurer on odd years?
Yes, with the vice president being elected on the even numbered years.
Wouldn't it make more sense to have 2 and 2?
Okay.
Just be a combined position on the other.
yeah, there might be, and I think it is actually. I believe it is.
Okay.
Okay, that being said then, because we are changing the bylaws, can we get a committee together, a bylaw committee, and get that written up that we can actually adopt the new bylaws then?
Do we need to make a motion to move forward with that recommendation or no?
Well, yeah, I guess that first, yeah. Is there any discussion on if it's good, bad, or otherwise?
Is there really, I kind of glanced at the bylaws once a while ago, but there really isn't anything else to update in them besides that, correct? For that part.
Not that I saw.
Not really.
Not that I saw.
It's I do have a couple.
Speaking of St. Nathan's, I personally like that idea of just holding it for one position as opposed to bumping up the president right away. Because I think if you're going to involve more people and that they might be willing to say, yeah, I'll try this. And all of a sudden, if they realize they would step into that next role.
Then they're gonna bounce out.
Right.
Yeah, I'll just go down the line as far as the bylaws, how they're written right now. It's got the purpose, place of meeting, bi-monthly meetings, the special meetings, membership fee, quorum, And how, what is 6? The president or secretary? I mean, that's just if the president isn't there. Voting, then it goes through the general officers. Duties of the president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, absence of disability, membership powers, resignation of officers, removal of officers, filling vacancies, committees, funds, debt, employment in the fiscal year, annual meeting, amendments, and address. So that's how it is. So there wouldn't probably be much else that needs to be changed. It's just that how the voting would be taking place. So is it, do we want to go forward and have a bylaw committee?
I just have a question. Do you think we would get, because in the, for the fire department one, are you looking at the fire department ones too?
I know. All I have is the
EMS.
EMS one.
Okay.
Yep.
So for the fire department one, in section 6, compensation, they get paid out. They get paid to be in that position.
Okay.
Would that be something we could amend to, I mean, just to maybe get more involvement?
What is the dollar value?
Dollar amount for president is 50, vice president's 50, and then it's a dual role of secretary and treasurer is 150.
Probably because they, per year.
I'm thinking, yeah, current rate at the time of revision, yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I mean,
I think with this, we probably should get a committee together then and write up what you propose. And then at that point, we could go through them and pick it line by line if necessary and adopt them or not.
Okay.
So,
just, I mean, we're sitting on that money and, you know, it's not.
it's a little bit of incentive to
Right.
take the position. Yeah.
No,
it's $50, but I mean, it's.
That up.
right, we can make our own, we can
Right.
make our own.
Sure. What? Yeah.
Fee,
However,
whatever.
so
I'd be willing to help out on a committee for that.
okay. So we got.
I nominate.
That being said, you'll be chairman. Amy.
Whatever.
I'll be on it.
So chair is Amy Coleman?
Yep. We probably should have 3 that you can argue amongst each other.
Members,
I'll do it with Kurt and
Kurt
Amy.
Beely? And so I don't have to look up who's the other one?
John Beely.
What bar can we have our meetings?
That's up to the committee.
You get expenses?
I was just saying, you know what?
You can have it by me.
Very good. I'm glad that we're going forward on that. That's
So to make sure I have this correct, committee for bylaws includes chair of Amy Coleman and members of Kurt and John Beely.
now. Let me see how. I think those have to go through like 2 meetings or something.
It was okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say how.
It was a-
To get approved.
Amendments.
Whatever they bring back has to go through 2 meetings. I would think.
No, it says these bylaws may be amended from time to time by amendments adopted at the annual meeting. Okay, so, so we have to adopt them at the annual meeting, which is November's our annual meeting.
Which,
Uh-oh.
Oh, they're better.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
So,
Oh, is it homecoming this weekend?
Yes, it is.
I saw the some TP and T.
And that will be in at Newton.
yes,
Where are we in November?
Newton,
Can we vote on changing the date and just overall making that date change, because it's always
It's always Thanksgiving week.
the Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
I think it's the week after, isn't
No,
it?
it is not.
No,
It's the
The night before
20th,
Thanksgiving.
it's the 27th, I don't know when Thanksgiving
It's the night
is.
28th.
Oh,
Is it really?
Yes, it's late this
I
year.
thought that
Oh, because
Can we
Thanksgiving's the
just-
28th.
it is. Okay.
Can we
Well,
just,
we can vote on that.
we can make that change tonight.
Yeah, we can make that.
We gotta do that to
can
the
we just
20th.
vote on it and keep, bump it up a week?
Yeah,
But that,
Well,
sometimes, but then
but then-
sometimes.
But sometimes it's gonna be like the second week.
But we
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
just made a
No, we
motion
can-
to bump it up the week before Thanksgiving,
Right.
every year from now on.
Yeah, but then that's good.
But that could go up to the second week of November,
Right.
or otherwise, sometimes we go the week after, depending on where it falls, that's the only thing.
Yeah.
County fires and Valdez the week before.
On the 20th?
Do it the first
Okay.
Wednesday in December.
Yeah, I could go the first week in December.
it's your choice, whatever.
Do it.
You're hosting.
Yeah, then, well,
Oh,
we would do it from here on out then, right?
No, not
So we'd have to
necessarily.
do it annually, we'd have
Yeah.
to change it annually, just because of where it falls.
Oh, okay.
So that would be December what, Jen?
The bylaws?
Denise is gonna make a motion to change the November meeting to December 4th at Newton.
I'll second that.
Any other discussion on that?
Why can't that be changed permanently?
It can be. That's something that they can take up at the bylaw meeting. The
Is it
bylaw
something-
committee.
Is there something in the bylaws that it has to be?
I-
What is
It just says the-
Yeah, the annual meeting, it says the annual meeting of the members shall be held on the fourth Wednesday of the last meeting of the calendar year, which is November. So,
Well, let's just totally change the month.
so that,
We can't go to even months because that's
yeah,
Christmas.
you can kill that,
I know.
at
So
the
like we
same time.
always do is, we have our meeting, we just take our November and December, combine it into one and just do. That's an annual, that's a monthly meeting.
So, yeah, that's something that you can bring up in the bylaws and get her done. But, okay, so,
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
that's taken care of. All right, now, new business. I need a nominating committee for the elections for this year's annual meeting. I probably should have did this last month that we had a meeting in between there, but what I would appreciate, okay, so this would be December 4th. This year, we would be electing a vice president and secretary. Yes. I just had to make that. Is that going to change with
Who's those positions now?
Don't have a vice president.
yeah, that's the bad thing right now. Okay,
I do think that the vice president changes if, as the
Bylaws.
bylaw committee, and we're saying you don't get forced into president, I think you'd have 3 or 4 people throw their names in that hat.
I agree.
Whatever.
okay,
I won't.
I would, I
okay,
just don't
so
want the president. I no.
right now, the vice president and treasurer are elected on the odd years.
I think if you separate them.
Secretary is on the even. So now if that gets changed,
So it'd have to be vice
uh,
president.
We could still, we could have president, vice president.
Sure,
Even if
sure.
They don't.
Yeah,
assume
and
the
then-
role.
when they do the bylaws, just do the president with the,
With the vice president.
Vice president and secretary on the even year, and president and treasurer on the odd
odd
year.
year, correct. Yep,
So VP, secretary,
Second,
even.
and
Treasurer and,
President, treasurer.
there. Two-thirds of our work is done.
and
Yep. VP, secretary.
Debbie's never gonna figure out my name.
she could listen on here. All right, so then, That being said, anybody interested in being on this nominating committee? I need somebody, because we gotta get some kind of candidate there.
I'm out of committee.
Do we need the committee? Because, like I said, I think if we go through and change this, there's going to be names that are gonna go out there.
You still need a nominating committee to put a slate on the board.
A lot of,
Yeah, you have to have a committee to ask the people if they want to, or we can get nominations off the floor also.
Right.
But Robert's rules calls for a nominating committee to put a slate on the board.
So this nominating committee, do those people have to be before we change the bylaw?
yeah, because we have to have the election.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
But we can
either way-
change the bylaw, I'm clear on this, we can change the bylaw the night of the meeting.
Yep.
And then we can instill it right away to change it, correct?
But either way, we still have
Have to have names.
we got to have election for a vice president and secretary this year anyway.
So we could
Yeah.
change the bylaws
Yep.
after the meeting.
Yep.
And also vote for.
Right. 'Cause
Right.
Yes.
And then the
So at that
new
point-
term,
That's
and the new
Tuesday.
term, and
That's
the
Yeah.
new
Tuesday.
conditions.
Yeah.
Yes, not that we'd have to hold it through.
Then the
Hold it,
following year, the president and treasurer would be.
Right.
Why don't we kind of do it with the bylaw?
The three of us.
I was just gonna say, as long as you guys are doing the bylaws,
Because then we'll know we have the bylaws written out and can say.
That's
this
only
is-
about 2 more
this is-
years. That's it.
Alright. Got a 30 pack?
Make it happen, I
You
guess.
can do it about a month. 'Cause, yeah.
Yeah.
okay, so I've got Amy, Kurt, and John down.
No, because everybody usually nominates themselves.
See ya.
That's why you left.
Okay, very good. I like that. That's good. Yes. Anybody else have any other new business that needs to be discussed?
I don't know.
It says that the paycheck is working on the 13th of October.
There we go.
Say that again, please. What's up?
I'm
Packet
I'm
working on
college.
what day?
October 13th.
We can give you a flyer.
And branch, and the thing in the town of Manitowoc Rapids is settled for a year only.
Okay, so, thank you. I'll hang it up on our station.
Yeah.
Um,
Hold it in front of the camera so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, give me that for 1 second. There, you're online with that now. Two Creeks Fire EMS free pancake and porky breakfast. All right. If there's nothing else, excuse me? Whoever was saying something online, go ahead. All right, if there's nothing else, motion for adjournment?
I make a motion.
Second?
Mr.
Okay,
Patterson?
But you still get the two.
everybody in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned.
We're